As a little bit of background, I'll say that during the height of the Roman Empire, there was drastic changes in the very eastern parts of the empire. Due to the movement of the Huns and the Mongolians, they were pushing the people of the steppes of Europe into what is now Germany, or at the time it might have been called Prussia, or the Teutonic regions. Rome eventually had to deal with three tribes of northern invaders, which were known as the Vandals, the Visigoths, and the Ostrogoths. So the Visigoths and the Ostrogoths are considered the Goths. The Visigoths came before the Ostrogoths. And Ostrogoth simply means Eastern Goth, because in the Germanic language, Oster is east. So these people came out of the east and they came into this area. And these are the people which Julius Caesar is most famous for having fought against, these Gothic people on the borders of the rivers. And he was able to finally conquer, under the reign of the Caesars, the last of these people, who later on eventually would come pouncing into Rome and take it all over. The greatest thing that these people did was they moved into the land, and they moved a lot of people through Europe. A lot of your culture spread through Europe simply because these invaders were moving through Europe at the time, and they took their culture all the way through Europe. And as the Goths moved in, they pushed these people farther and farther west, eventually booting them off of the mainland and into Europe. The Roman Empire, in response to these barbarians, invaders that are moving through the area, pushed northward and took what is Roman culture across the river and across the Alps and into mainland Europe. And that is probably what is one of the greatest accomplishments of the entire movement, is the fact that cultures from one part of Europe moved around and took all sorts of things throughout Europe, and it opened the world up to a whole world of knowledge, because integrating with these people, we learn that there is something farther and beyond. But stories and culture are the greatest of all of the benefits that can be said to have had from these invasions.